Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome everyone to Revival Mississippi. I'm your host, DeKeither Stamp. We got our co-host here, Mr. Jason Clark. What's going on, bro, Clark? Been a long time since I've seen you.
Commissioner, it's a pleasure being in a great place, 90.1 WNPR. Like we always do, start the show off. You can go right ahead and get right on into it, sir.
Oh boy, Jason, no one great thing today. He won. You got anything you want to share?
I'm glad to be here in the great state of Mississippi, sir.
Okay, we're glad to have you back in the state. You know, Jason's been bouncing around the world. Mr. Clark, I appreciate you. As we begin every show, we always ask people to remember those people who are going through bereavement. Bereavement is a very trying situation. I mean, you know, it's hard. It never gets easy. And it takes friends. And so during bereavement, long after the funeral's over, continue to reach out. Because it takes a friend to have a friend during a time of need. Because you never know when you're going to need a friend. And one day, life will put you in a position where you need a friend.
Yes, sir.
It's just going to happen. And during this moment, we want to share a special prayer request for a friend of the show, one of our fellow state legislators, Representative Fabian Nelson. His father, Dr. William Nelson, he was born June the 1st, 1949. And he went on to be with the Lord August the 22nd, 2024. The funeral services for Dr. Nelson will be Saturday, October the 31st, 2024 at 11 a.m. at St. Matthew Kojic, 729 Calhoun Avenue in Yazoo City. That's 729 Calhoun Avenue in Yazoo, Mississippi. Dr. Nelson, I mean, I could spend the whole show just talking about Dr. Nelson. This young man had a storied life, military veteran.
Veteran community, yes, sir.
Took his talents and put it into healthcare and specializing in dentistry. And planted himself not in a major city, but in a great city, Yazoo City, and became one of the few people in that part of Mississippi that practiced that service. So instead of being a big fish in a big pond, or a little fish in a big pond, he decided to be a big fish in a small pond.
Yep.
But was able to provide not just quality service, but a service where the need was the greatest. Because people had no one else to turn to.
There you go.
Very few options. And sometimes we take things for granted.
Yeah, we do.
Like a dentist. We take it for granted. But the reality of it is, he had folks come from all over Mississippi to Yazoo City to provide service. And over the course of a lifetime, built a life and built a legacy that really helped people out.
The service of people, man. I Commissioner, I mean, it seems like we've been like a lot of great giants been leaving us here lately. And I really sometimes I feel like we can fill those shoes. Or at least, but I know we got to keep on moving forward and carrying the legacy though.
What?
But I mean, I'm just saying this. It was, you know, for losing people like that, though, Commissioner. You just said he's way down there in Yazoo, Mississippi. He didn't have to be there.
Right.
He could have gone anywhere else.
Anywhere.
But also, I look at not him providing a service, his character, though. A lot of young folks, male and female, getting to see somebody in the community doing this great service of work, and then they probably never knew about a dentist. I'm just being honest with you, or having access to a person like that.
Right.
So I mean. He touches everybody lives. Everybody come see him. I don't care if you the mayor of the city, the custodian of the city.
Everybody in between.
Everybody between.
Neighboring counties.
Yes.
Because there's very few dentists in the neighboring counties.
You're right.
And when you started providing such excellent service, people started to come from all over just to participate. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the celebration of life for Dr. William N. Nelson Jr. It'll be Saturday, August 31st, 2024, at 11 a.m. at St. Matthew Kojic, 729 Calhoun Street in Yazoo, Mississippi. So again, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to the family. I spoke with Representative Nelson to send our regards on behalf of Mississippi and my family. And it just takes time to get through these trying situations. And we ask that not only you reach out to this family, but every family. I also want to, I'll say this after the announcements. Let me start off with a few announcements. The New Hope Community Gospel 6th Annual Gospel Fest will be Saturday, October the 5th, 2024 at 5 p.m. Doors will open at 4 p.m. It's free entry. The lead organizer is Mr. Lee Whitehead. The pastor is Reverend Lamar Boone. They'll be featuring the Kaiser Singers, the James Family, Noel and Friends, Wings of Faith, Angelette's Gospel Singers, Greg Flowers, Golden Gates, and Prevail. Will be held at New Hope MB Church, 935 Highway 469, Rankin County, Pearl, Mississippi. For more information, contact Mr. Lee Whitehead at 601-291-0156. Again, that's 601-291-0156. That will be Saturday, October the 5th, 2024. Devotion will be held by Reverend Joshua Myers, and the host will be Mr. Larry Armstrong from WMPR 90.1 FM. You're cordially invited to the Greater Mount Olive MB Church male chorus in a mini concert. Please come out and support us as we lift up the name of the Lord on Saturday, August 31st, 2024 at 5 p.m. at Greater Mount Olive MB Church at 2655 Raymond Road, Jackson, Mississippi, 39212. Again, that is Saturday, October 31st, 2024, 5 p.m. at Greater Mount Olive MB Church, 2655 Raymond Road, Jackson, Mississippi. Next, we have September 21st, the Delta Blues and Heritage Festival at the Washington County Convention Center. The gates open at 10 a.m. The festival starts at 12 noon. It's the 47th annual Mississippi Delta Blues and Heritage Festival. You have Keith Johnson and the Big Muddy Band, Eden Brent, Rising Stars Fife and Drum Band, Cadillac John Nolden, Nike and Jerry Catwar, and Pat Thomas. Again, that's the 47th annual Mississippi Delta Blues and Heritage Festival. Ticket locations at Disco Den and Scotch Records in Greenville, Mississippi. S&S College of Hair in Indianola, Mississippi. Harris Shoe Shop in Greenwood, Mississippi. Looking Good in Cleveland, Mississippi. Davis Snack Shack in Shelby, Mississippi. That's Bolivar County. Doc Hot Wheels at Lake Village, Arkansas. You can purchase tickets online at impacttickets.com. Sponsors for this activity will be the Greenville, Mississippi, Visit Mississippi, Entergy, Washington County, Mississippi, and United Healthcare, the sponsors for that. Southern Soul Scorpio Bash. This is going to be DJ KG, will be Cicely Wilburn, Simply Wayne, Derek, the Change Man Smith, Sunshine, Jimmy Evans, Nisha Lachey, hosted by Jenny, Mark Holland, Show starts at 8, doors open at 7, advance tickets are $30. This will be at the Friday, October 25th at the Vicksburg City Auditorium. Tickets are, you can call for reservations at 601-695-3737. Welcome home, Eddie Jr., an intimate night with Bolton's Grammy-nominated legend, a benefit concert series for High Horse featuring Eddie Cotton Jr. It's going to be Wednesday, the 3rd at 6 p.m., $20, hosted by Diamond White. Next, we have, now this is a very special one. Experience Jackson presents We Outside But Inside Party, Saturday, October the 12th, 2024. This will be at the Mississippi Coliseum box office. You can purchase your tickets. You got Big Yayo, FPJ, Candy Janae, Frank Johnson, Jake Carter, LJ Eccles, and Breeze, Mr. Do Too Much. And he does do too much. The official outlets are Bonita's Soul Food Kitchen at 503 South Gallatin Street, Jackson, Mississippi. Harris Shoe Repair, 421 Howard Street, Greenwood, Mississippi. Big City Package at 307 Church Street in Port Gibson, Mississippi. Cutting Edge Barber Shop in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. And WAGR 102.5 Radio Lexington and 100 Radio Road in Lexington, Mississippi. And Sylvester's Barbecue. I can say it. My personal opinion is Sylvester got the best barbecue on Highway 18.
Oh, well, yeah.
Ain't getting in trouble. But you can swing by and purchase your tickets. I know people were talking about the fair and participate and not participate. We are participating in the fair. Okay, let's just start there. We are participating in the fair.
When it comes to the city.
All right, we are. And we're asking you to do the same.
Yes, indeed.
Lastly, we got J&J Productions presents the second annual Mega Fest, Bigger and Better. Hines Community College, September the 21st, 2024. We got the Mighty Clouds of Joy, Doc McKenzie and the Highlights, Paul Porter and the Christianaires, Willie Banks Jr. and the Messengers, the Gospel Legends, Little Roy and the Revelations, CC and Tommy and the Spiritual QCs, the Mickens, Marvin Nicole, the Sensational Chosen Voices, the Jones Family, the West Haven Memorial Funeral Home Choir. Hosts will be Harold Turntine, Brother Larry Armstrong, and Bishop Tyrone Lindsay. Again, that's September 21st, 2024 at Hines Community College, Kane Hall. It ain't nothing like Raymond. God bless Raymond, Mississippi. Again, for more information, you can call 601-937-5612. We also want to recognize the underwriters for today's show, Mr. Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan Transportation Service. You can go to www.mjstransportation1.com for your transportation needs. He offers quality transportation service all over Mississippi, but he's a good brother, and he's always doing good work. Another underwriter for today's show is a good friend of ours of the show. If you want some good food versus fast food, go on and check out Stamp SuperBurgers. Right in the same place where it's always been doing what it always has done, and they are amazing food. I like the lemon pepper fries. Jason liked that veggie burger and those sweet potato fries. But you know that turkey burger just do something good to me.
I'm gonna cross over, man. No, I'm gonna go there.
Turkey burger do something good to me.
Go up today and have dinner there instead. I wasn't gonna go somewhere else to have dinner. I might just take my people over down there to Taco Time.
What? You're welcome to.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to just, take a busload of people to the drive-through over, at one of these other fast places. You can go to regular people.
I got you, Commissioner. I got you, sir.
And bereavement. I was hurt.
Yes, sir.
I saw the news out and the tragedy of the people getting killed over the last week. Somebody at least got to pray for the families. because it should not be commonplace where it seems as though nobody cares.
Yeah.
You get 6 people get shot. No uproar.
Like you get sensitized.
5 more get shot 2 days later. 11 people got shot since I went to a conference. And it's crickets. These are our folks. These are our folks.
Yes, sir.
Right in the middle of Capitol Police area. Downtown Jackson. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable anywhere. We got some basic stuff we gotta do.
Basic fundamentals.
We gotta raise our children. These ain't nobody else's children.
You're right.
These are our children. Our children are involved. And when I say children, some of these folks grown, but they acting like children.
Yeah.
So that's why I call them children. Because grown people settle themselves in a grown way. I just want to say, reach out to those families that's involved. You know who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Not in a private way, in a public and private way. Because on both sides of the issue, whether you are part of the victim's family or the perpetrator's family, or anybody who boosted the perpetrators up to participate in this activity to make it comfortable, we can no longer have a situation where people are comfortable committing crime. People asked me the last couple of days, what is the solution? I said the sin economy is greater than the sane economy. Let me explain what that means. The illegal economy is greater than the legal economy. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong, Hannah? The illegal economy is up here, and the legal economy is down here. It's just like when you have nations fighting. The one with the biggest economy gonna win. Could get more resources.
Resources, no accountability. I mean, it's just.
So with all the things that are going on, I implore everybody to stay focused on your lane. From every level, from me, including, I'm not excluding myself from any of this.
I don't think you never been stayed there because you always say, I'm probably talking to myself first.
Right.
Then I'm just sharing with
I'm just sharing with everybody else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody plays a role because it's our community, it's our responsibility. Remember that, Jason?
Yes, sir. I mean,
for 10 years, that was our mantra.
Yes, sir, it was.
It's our community. Yeah. We cannot look at things that happen like it's a TV show just because it's on the news. No, this is our community. Yes, you that's looking at this camera at me. You listen to the radio in your car. These are not distant people. This is not something happening in Istanbul. This is our community. And it has to get back to being personal. Anytime a dozen people can get shot.
I mean, it's like this.
And we don't stop the presses.
Don't stop nothing. Keep on moving. Desensitized to everything that's going on in the community. The elders are just.
So we all have to do better, but more importantly, create a young people learning emotional intelligence from grown people.
There you go.
We don't blame young people for the condition of the community. The young people just have the community that the grown people gave them. They just have the culture that the grown people gave them. So all of the junk, I'm not asking people to fix the world. Fix your culture in your life.
Your backyard.
And determine what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Fix that.
And do it from a place of love, not a place from anger and hate.
Yeah. You know, we all got families that's been struck by gun violence. And some people say ban the guns, but with no guns, I think they'd be out here stabbing folks with forks. I think that we need responsible gun ownership, responsible adults teaching, exampling, so that young folks can model themselves by. So that's enough on that. I just want to make sure we say a point that this is unacceptable, and in reviving Mississippi, if ain't nobody else gonna say that, we gonna say something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First and foremost, I want to recap today's show. I want to recap some activities we've been involved in. We've been not as aggressive on social media, and even we weren't at the show last week. We've been trying to set the groundwork up for a few things. And I had the honor and privilege of getting an invitation to speak at a few events this past week in Atlanta, Georgia. The National Business League, in partnership with the World Conference of Mayors, hosted the 124th annual National Business League Conference. Again, let me say it again, 124 years. This organization was put together by Booker T. Washington 124 years ago and still in existence today. The World Conference of Mayors was founded by former Mayor Johnny Ford of Tuskegee, Alabama, which is part of that Booker T. Washington lineage. These organizations came together and have come together for 124 years. Okay, let me just say that again. They had over 2,500 businesses from 38 countries, and I had the privilege of joining the president of Liberia, and they had other heads of nations and other high-level folks discussing international trade. I was representing Mississippi in our import-export and discussing economic development opportunities. And also, we got several folks who are looking at doing business in Mississippi. And we've been doing what we said we're going to do. I know it sounds kind of strange.
So you do this.
We're just doing what we do. And we got some really good interest in some areas of Mississippi where we're going to be looking at a few of our industrial sites for some of that, primarily in the in our what's called GO zones, our foreign trade zones that we have in Mississippi. One of them covers Hinds, Warren, and Yazoo County, and several other places across the state. And we'll be working to get some import-export businesses from around the world to position themselves here in Mississippi, symbiotically or at the same time. There was InvestFest.
Yes, sir.
That were happening. Give people a little background about InvestFest.
Oh, InvestFest is basically you have entrepreneurs across the whole United States, particularly African Americans. And this InvestFest was actually over 30,000 entrepreneurs. And this attendance for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. They had national leaders. Number one, Don Peoples, if you know him, he's the number one real estate developer in the United States. Actually, he's right now building the number one tallest skyscraper in the world, in the Western Hemisphere. This is a Black development company doing this. To me, it's phenomenal to have the type of folks at this conference, and they're breaking down some things. But more importantly, what I took away from it, they were talking about what we're currently facing right now with AI, with the transition, what's going on policy-wise with the election, and then what entrepreneurs should be doing right now moving forward. So a lot of great takeaways from that. But you meet everybody there is trying to help each other. That's one thing I would say. And Stan, I think we say this a lot of time when we go out in the community, through the district, whatnot. Though we love seeing folks actually just doing great things. No crime, none of this dysfunctional stuff. So it always gives me hope, or gives me light to say, okay, you know what? I can charge back up. I can come back and keep on pushing forward with that. So that was it. To me, that was very powerful, man, because you had kind of like, to me, you had the seasonal people at the 124th National Black Conference, and then you had the up and coming come right behind them, and they all were in the same area, same city, same town. So that to me was phenomenal. I think last year they had over 50,000 people join that. So this is something that if you do get a chance to attend next year for both conferences, I think you should go there and bring folks along. I invited about 7 people. They came from Mississippi. They came. They all said, "Hey," it was like, "Thank you, Jason. We took a lot in from this, and they never seen like this before." That's another thing. Never seen something like that. Yes, sir.
Anytime you can have good people coming together to do business, not talk about other things, how to make money and grow the economy and get more people into the global economy and give pathways to do so.
Yeah.
And relationships to help in that process. You can go to the nationalbusinessleague.org website to take a look at it. And again, this is some of the baby steps that we do in conjunction with everything else you see us on a full slate of schedule doing in the process of changing the narrative of Mississippi.
It's integrated, Commissioner. I think you travel around, you serve around the whole world. You understand we live in a global world at the same time, but you also know that it goes all the way down to the bottom person in the community. It's all correlated. So I mean, I think you must have leaders, not just your elected officials, but you have leaders understanding both sides of those spheres of the world.
That's right. That's right. And so again, these moves that we're making are to change the narrative of Mississippi so that we can create jobs.
That's amazing.
As long as we perpetuate the negative narrative of Mississippi. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your question or comment?
Hello. I just wanted to make a comment about the event that you guys mentioned and coming together. I feel that there are a lot of people in the Jackson area and across Mississippi, but particularly in the Jackson area that are making efforts toward progress. I think that our problem is not that we don't have enough individuals. I think we have a social dilemma of not having a collective action, or the problem of not having a collective action. And so we got too many individuals who would be better off cooperating, but fail to do so because of conflicting interests or egos. And once we figure out how to get past that and understand the importance of that and how that can lead us to more global opportunities, I think that the city and the state will be a lot better off. I just wanted to make that comment.
That's a valid point. I appreciate you for calling in.
Thank you.
And the caller mentioned something, conflicting interests and egos. And she makes a valid point. There is certain things that should unify us.
Yes, sir.
Tragedy is normally a unifying thing in a normal, healthy community. Let me give you an example. And I know I'm off topic. You're going to reel me back into this. We got some things to talk about, but I want to make a point here. People can say what they want about previous generations, but the death of Emmett Till stopped the world. A tragedy. Galvanized, unified a whole lot of people. One death. Not 6 people getting shot at one time, not 5 or 2 days later. One death of one child made the conflicting issues and the egos dissipate. So all I'm saying is, at this juncture, it should be no conflicting issues when it comes to murder. Everybody should agree that should not happen. Same thing with the tragedy that happened a few days later. I mean, even on polarizing situations that we just gloss over. Even the attempted assassination of former President Trump. People said it was staged. The people behind him got shot with real bullets and are real dead. So we shouldn't be so politically polarized or community numb that we don't stop when 11 people get shot in a short period of time or any time. We don't stop when a Secret Service protected asset gets almost assassinated. We don't stop because of how we feel about the person. And I'm not saying I'm a Donald Trump fan, because I'm not.
You talking about the basic structure of
I'm talking about this basic care.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, basic. And so we got to get, it's a thing that we have lost. And it's called empathy. Empathy, not sympathy. See, sympathy is just when you feel. But empathy means that, you know what, hold on, foul ball. We should be bigger than this.
Sure.
Better than this, no matter what your race is. You know,
all that good stuff. Gender,
all that. Ego shouldn't outpace empathy. Mm-hmm. So it begs me, the question is, do we care? Because if it's football season and something happens with the football team, we care. But murder, we don't care. Attempted murder, we don't care. Just because I may have a difference of opinion with a person. And it's at every level of leadership. And I'm including myself in this failed levels of leadership. From global all the way to local. I've highlighted two issues, one at the global level and one at the local level, that I don't feel that we even share the appropriate degree of empathy for the situation. We just skip on to the next news story. Okay, what happened tomorrow? Oh, that's yesterday. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your question or comment?
Good evening, Timothy. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Hey, Timothy Brown, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, sir. How you doing? I'm like, I said, I'm going to make a comment about what you said about too much crime. Well, we gotta stop the crime. We got too much killing right here inside young people because we just had our men's program on last Saturday about how to accomplish about military responsibility. Us men to come together and say our young people because I was at the men's program last Saturday and shared a comment about the men. God be there for your children, for your son. We lose our young people. Like a 12-year-old killed herself and her mother because she got sentence for a 12-year-old. Because that's why we got our young people start stay in school and get education. We want to lose our kids drop out of school and lose our young people. We didn't want our young people to stay home with their parents because if their parents try to raise them, keep our young people being accountable for. I don't want to make a comment for that. That's my comment. I want to let you know about the details about the crime.
Well, hold on one second, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, I want to highlight you for a second that you called in. This brother says, you know what? I might not have a car.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
But I can be active in my community. Mr. Brown has no car, but if I tell Mr. Brown, I want you to be at the convention center at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for this event, or I want you to be over here some kind of way, he will get a haircut and be on time.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to appreciate you, Mr. Brown, because you are more engaged than 99% of the community. Even with some of the challenges that you have, the abilities or lack thereof you are actively engaged in a myriad of different things. And I just implore other folks to do the same. Let me catch the next caller, Mr. Brown. This is a very important young man calling in. Let me catch this caller. Hello, welcome to the show, sir. What's your question or comment?
You take my time, your co-host.
I don't care.
You are right.
Yes, sir.
You know, I hear that word, tune it in, the word empathy. And you know, when I'm looking at my window, and I see a lot of different things in front of me. I see personalities, character, attitudes. deception, deceitfulness, lies, cheating,
Mm.
stealing, killing, etc.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know individuals go to have a little bit of part of it, like character, part of my character. But, you know, sometimes when I think about words like that, I think about, you know, how God looks at things and looks at people. And the thing that these people does that cause God to, hey, I don't like you. And when empathy is something that should be, you should earn that from the people that you deal with. You see, when a person is lying, cheating, and stealing, and killing, and doing everything that they know they should be doing, I find it hard to have that type of mindset when it comes to being concerned and compassionate toward that individual. We have those type of people in our walks of life. And I keep going back to scripture. God said, I love those that love me. I love those that follow my commandments and to my word. I love those that pray for others. They're available prayer. They help pull people through. But those people are like those groups of people in the Bible, God did not love. That's why he put his wrath out there. And he didn't feel no empathy. So I want to ask you this question. Here's my question to you, Commissioner. At what point, what degree in our lives should we be compassionate toward another person based on their personality and character, how well they are received in the community, the plus and the minus thing? Is there a certain amount of concern based on the way that person lives, whether or not we should show empathy or not?
Well, I'll say that's an interesting perspective, Ms. Brooks. I don't know any of the people who were the 6 people who were shot in downtown Jackson. I don't know if I know anybody who was directly impacted by that. But I don't think when they left home that day, they thought about getting shot. And the fact that they got shot, I, feel empathy for them, their families who were involved in it. Because I genuinely just care about people. So I leave it up to God to judge folks. That ain't my lane. But the fact that they showed up to an establishment and got shot, I feel like I should care about those folks. Even if I don't know them. Those are the bystanders. Everybody who that person was trying to kill probably wasn't necessarily involved in what they were involved in. So I think we should care. So I don't know a certain, point we should stop caring. I'm not at that point. And I've been to more vigils and balloon releases and funerals, and I've done a share of my, way more than my share. Comforted more families. I just know pain breeds pain.
But Commissioner, if we're gonna be a man of God, we're gonna be a man of the word, there's 2 different characters there. If God say he doesn't love everybody, then we shouldn't love everybody because he's the same teacher. And he said that. He said he saw I hate Jacob, I love. So if God can be that direct, then why can't we be that direct? Why do we have to keep on undermining the word of God just to appease people that we don't even know? We don't even know their character. We don't even know their personality or what they think for or how they live in their lives. Before we can show anything, we have to know the facts. And then we can't read the hearts of man, so we have to study things before we see. And I'm not talking about the people that got shot, you know, because that's what I was referring to. I was referring when I was speaking in generalization about empathy.
Yeah, I mean, in the situation I was talking about, Mr. Brooks, I don't know any of those people that I know of, but the mere fact that they got shot, I feel bad about that. I don't, you know, I don't know them at all. I just know that I care that they got shot. You know, I care. I mean, I'm not numb to it. Is my point I'm trying to make. And so maybe something will come out and may change something, but I just, like I said, I just know that at some point we should care.
Thanks for taking my call.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Send it through, Handy. We got another call. This ain't even what we were supposed to be talking about today, but I guess the topic picks us some days. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how you all?
Hey, sweetie. What you got? Turn your radio down, baby. You're blowing my eardrums out up in here.
Okay, I would like to make one statement.
Yes, ma'am.
Some of the best, nicest, kindest people on the face of this earth are black people.
Turn your radio down, baby. Turn your radio. You got some feedback coming over the line.
Some of the best, nicest, kindest people on the face of this earth are black people.
Oh, I agree with that.
Because some of these other races are evil, selfish, and they don't care nothing about us. They always want to do is use you. But black people, when it comes to treating human beings right, they know how to treat people. That's all I want to say.
I appreciate it, ma'am. And, you know, it's been a great point. Black folks do treat people right, too. But I believe that black folks treat black folks better. Go ahead.
To our cabinet comment, I wanted to say this. We're supposed to be stewards what God gave us, right? And to a certain degree, I think you were saying, well, I'm understanding you're saying that, yeah, you got to draw a line. Senate County can't just be taking over every doggone thing. All right. The Senate County is supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. That's what I really hear you saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you're asking for the action of call. When do we, you know, take care of your own front door? Or take care of what's in your over your roof. You're talking about basic fundamentals, whatnot, though, to help resolve an economy that's really just doing its own thing without no boundaries at all, no accountability. That's what I hear you saying.
So I grew up in a village.
Yeah.
So for me, some of this stuff is so foreign, and I pray to God that more people can grow up like I grew up, and how my children are growing up. And my nieces and nephews. So when I grew up in a village. I grew up in a village where Reverend Lamar Yates was my bus driver. And when I got a pattern at school by Miss Nelson, my third grade teacher, her husband was the basketball coach at Utica. And she was a third grade teacher at Mixon Elementary School. She marched me out to my bus. Reverend Lamar Yates was my bus driver. Those in rural, hey, you remember Reverend Yates? All right? Reverend Lamar Yates was my bus driver. I'm in the third grade. Reverend Lamar Yates snatched me because they felt like I was a part of their community. I was their child.
All the love, too, though.
All the love, man. He snatched me, said the boy did what? Talking back.
Who thinks that right quick?
He snatched me, threw me on the front seat, he skipped the whole bus route. He drove from Mixon Elementary School to 2190 Morrison Cemetery Road. Every child on the bus, we passed all their house.
Yeah, flashback right now.
Okay. He passed everybody's house in it. The whole school bus, fully packed. Parked in my great-grandfather UCL Stamp's front yard. He got off the bus, took me up to the front, and told my great-grandfather, talking back to the teacher.
Yes, sir.
My great-grandfather, UG Stamps, sit right there. He called Oakland Training School to my grandmother, his daughter. She's in the cafeteria. She left the cooking line. Okay? She left the school in Oakland, drove back down to the house. She called my daddy. Now, I was living in Utica and learning. My dad lived in Port Gibson. My daddy drove from Port Gibson, okay, came back to the house, and I got the third whooping of the day. The reason I bring that up is that when there is communal accountability, it's not what the young folks are doing. We've created an environment, an ecosystem that produces murder.
But it's being made off the whole transaction now.
We've created a village that produces unaccountable activity. When my nephew and my niece, see, we lead by example, Hanny. Let me just close it. We got a whole, we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about Public Service Commission next week. We done created a situation in my family. We lead by example. I'm not telling y'all nothing to do that I don't do personally and my family don't do. When I retired from the military, I bought a house around the corner from my parents. I could live anywhere in the world. My sister bought a house. We closed same day, right around the corner. I bought a house. She bought a house. Then my aunt. They got 4 cousins right there in Cedar Hills. Houses with less than $50,000. We use the economic situation of the city to invest in village. My sister's 2 children, their grandparents, one set of grandparents live this way, and the other set of grandparents live around the corner. They got an uncle, an aunt, a village. So what I'm telling y'all is we can do this. I am doing this. My sister don't have to worry about her children. Now, she's worried about them all day long, but there's a village around. They got an uncle over here, grandmama, granddad over here, granddad over there. They got examples of healthy adults working through life that they can see. My niece show up crying when she get a bad mark on her progress report. She show up crying because she know her uncle on Friday is going to ask for her book bag. And if I'm out of town, as soon as I show up, I'm going to ask for her book bag. Inside the book bag, got the homework folder. And inside the homework folder, it's got all the classwork for the week. And it's going to have a smiley face on each day. Or it's going to have a red mark on the day she was not acting right. And if she's not acting right, she's going to hide that book bag. Because she know accountability is there.
She know accountability is there.
But check this out. When she go to school, she going to act right. Because she know her mama going to check on her. But she also knows she don't want to disappoint her uncle. Because her uncle help her with her homework every night. Okay? I'm not telling y'all that the government is here to solve your problems. I'm here. We have to create a community that give a damn. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying save your circle. And if I save my circle, Henry save his circle, Jason save his circle, somewhere them circles gonna intersect.
There you go.
I ain't saying go out here and save a stranger. I'm telling you today on this radio, save your circle. You got a niece, a nephew that you know needs some love. Because most of your children just crying out for attention.
Self-esteem.
Does somebody in my life give a damn? That's all they care about. Is somebody in my circle care. So when you have multiple generations of people growing up that don't nobody care, what are they gonna produce? Murder.
Keep the community alive.
Let me say this African proverb, and I want you to hear me and hear me well in radio lane.
Sir.
If the children do not feel the love and warmth of the village, they will burn the village down just to get warm. That's all I'm saying, is that we got to care. Hold on, caller. Send it through, Hannah. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Now, my great grandfather lived to be 112, this desegregation in the school. He didn't want it to happen because it's the worst thing that's happened. Because you won't be able to control your children once they get in the school with the others. It became more government control. They took prayer out of school, they took family out of school, and like you say, the mothers, if you say something to a child, now the mothers come, it's a lawsuit, or, all these different kinds of things are going on. So what control do we have over these children?
Well, I can tell you this. If I tell my niece to sit down and shut up, she gonna sit down and shut up, stand at attention. If Yolanda Singleton's grandson walks in here, he's the most disciplined 3-year-old you're gonna see. What I'm saying is we have to control what we can control. And Jackson Public Schools is segregated. It is 99% black.
That's right.
Okay,
but we
so
don't have the control of the space over how to raise our children.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you something, and it's the truest thing I'm gonna tell you. Thank you for your call. Let me just hang up. Let's listen to what I'm finna say. I got 3 minutes left to go on the show. Thank you for calling, ma'am. I appreciate you for calling, but I want everybody to hear me and hear me well. Raise your children. And if you got a wayward grandchild, raise that one. And if you got a wayward nephew, loop them in. These are our children. Now, we may not have, well, I think we do have say-so, because we elect a mayor, we elect the city council, we elect the public service commissioner, we elect people who put on the school board. The school board hires the superintendent hires every principal, the principal hires every teacher. The teacher, it's more people that go to the Little League football game than the PTA meeting. All I'm saying is, it's us. If I can drive 6 hours to pick up my children and come back the same day. Okay? So fathers, let me just end on fathers. Everybody know that I only come unglued when it comes to my children. I can deal with the bombs, the bullets, the blood. I can deal with the politics, the corruption, the scandals. I can deal with all that. But when it comes to my children, what I do is I'm all in on mine. So I drive on Fridays since 2010, 14 years. I drive to go pick mine up on Friday and I bring them back. So I spend 12 hours on Friday drive just so they can be connected to the village that we've created. And then on Sunday, I take them back. And I've been doing that for 14 years. And if you got fathers around the corner and you won't go see your child and stop your whatever you're doing in your life to make it amenable for your child to have a connection with the father and the father side of the family because of some relationship stuff between you and it, or however it is, whatever the situation is, there's nothing that I will allow to cause division between me and my children. Nothing. There was nothing that I can. It is unfathomable for me and my sisters to be crossed on anything. I ain't got to worry about my sisters cheating me out of nothing. Because I love them. For real. Not for play. And I want everybody else that's listening to me to have the same comfort I have. Because we raise our children together. Right? We build a life together. And that's all I want for everybody else to enjoy the same village I got. Because if I want to swing by my auntie house on my way home, she live around the corner. She gonna cook every day. She cook for everybody. Okay, everybody ain't got to cook. You can have one auntie that's retired that can cook for everybody, and everybody meet up at her house. They can grab a plate, take it home, or they can sit there and share it with everybody. And I ain't telling folks that they need to do it on Sunday dinner. This is what we do every day. We so tight because we spend time together. So what I'm saying is, put your phone down, get off Facebook, and spend time and make your children spend time inside a loving group. And then you attach that family to Morning Star Missionary Baptist Church down in Lyon. Pastor Adrian Clark, The Dodson family. We not related, but Linda Dodson, my auntie, she welcome to smack me across the head any day. So Deacon Dodson. Their children, we grew up in church together every Sunday, right? I'm closer to them than some of my cousins. So all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is I know the government plays a role in a lot, but then Goni family that held us together for a long time. Part words, Jason.
Well, Commissioner, I wanted to say something at that, but I don't have time. But let me say this at least. You're talking about choices.
Yeah.
You're talking about. I'm to the caller that called here last. Those I hear that rhetoric we always say, but when you get back some time and just listen to it and analyze it, that was a choice that we made to allow the system have illusion of control of our community.
That's right.
At the end of the day, what you're saying, no, that's an option, but it ain't the option. That ain't the only option. Option actually do what we supposed to be doing.
You can put Palin back in school today.
But if you want to, but I'm just talking about at the end of the day is how you raising your children, how the communities allow things to go on. We have a way to it's still some independence from the system we could be doing that we're not doing.
That's right.
And all education now run through JPS. Okay, and then a lot of that home in your community, in your neighborhood, you know what I'm saying. So don't let that be the crutch that we gotta use, because the reason why the children know what they're doing, because JPS is dysfunctional or the city is dysfunctional. I'm giving this.
The world was dysfunctional, but black folks had mamas and daddies and aunties, and when you did, this ain't nothing new. So every dysfunction we have in the black community ain't nothing new. We done had no good mamas, no good daddies. We done had children cast away, but we always had village, and then village mop up the mess. Well, the village got an uncle over here. They're gonna loop you up and take you to church once a week. You may be dysfunctional 6 days a week, but you got a grandmama who gonna swing through and pick you up and take you to church 1 day a week. And that 1 day a week give you hope. That 1 day a week give you that one person. I'm telling y'all, be the one person in that child's life that they don't want to disappoint. They may have 1,000 more people that they don't give a daggone about. But if that child got one person in their life that they know they don't want to disappoint, they ain't going to go ahead and shoot nobody in the face. Because they don't want to disappoint Uncle Earl. They don't want to disappoint Granddad. They don't want I'm just asking y'all to be the one person that give a daggone about a young person. That's all I want you to do. Last word.
Last word. And I'll tell you this to your point. I met Sergeant James Bennett. When I told him I got my orders to Korea and Germany, he told me one thing. He said, don't do X, Y, and Z. Okay, then he told me before I sleep with weapons. He's like, no babies. He said, go over there and handle the job. But guess what though? That stuck with me though. Yeah. I mean, because he's concerned about it. Right. All I'm saying is that we gotta get back to the basics of this all, and it's gonna work itself out.
Again, save your circle, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't asked you to say the word. I'm saying make a list of the family members in your circle on one piece of paper. And say, ain't nobody on this list.
There you go.
Save your circle.
You're right.
Save yourself. Again, at the end of the show, we always ask you to never let anybody put you in a position where you don't love your own people. We've been saying it 14 years, 13 years. Don't never put anybody put you in a position when you don't love your own people. Because when you hate your own people, you're part of the very oppression we're trying to lift ourselves out of. I love you, Jackson. I love you, Mississippi. Let's get to work and to get us out of here, man.